Hey everybody, it's me, Cold, and today I'm bringing you a free-for-all from the Warrior Nation clan. I was lucky enough to be on by all these guys, and I was invited in to see if I can do a live cast. I did actually attempt to cast this live at the time, but I was under the influence of severe amount of alcohol, and unfortunately, that prohibited me from pressing the correct button to record. So today I have my trusty cup of coffee with me. And you will all be able to listen in. So, we're gonna get right back into it. Today we have Mr. Wise Guy playing as the Hive Tyrant, Viper as the Apothecary, Sly Samurai as the Chaos Lord, Tyrannid Treats as the War Boss, Thunder as the Elder Warlock, and ultimately as the Lord General. Obviously this is a 6-way free-for-all, so don't even expect me to attempt to find the correct amount of what the heck is going on at all places all time. One thing I do quickly want to explain is these little nodes here. These are victory point power supplies. If you destroy these in a free-for-all, you will no longer get victory points from them. So just keep that in mind. It's just something I suppose I should mention off the top of my head. And other than that, let's get straight into it. Looks like there's a little bit of action going around the field, but to be honest, right now, not too much. We do see Wise Guy going for double Homogrant with on Termagant. The Viper is going for Skull Scout, one tack. Sly Samurai is going for Chaos Space Marine Heretics. Everything that's pretty normal. The only one that's a little bit interesting is Thunder with 3 Guardian squads. It's considered a very powerful early stage build, but when real damage starts flying around the field later on in the game, it can be very weak. But definitely will have early power in the beginning. And as you can see right here now, Ultramarine is actually working on this victory power supply to take it away from Thunder, so he has to spend Wreck to get it back. It's a very valid tactic, and the only one that doesn't have it is the central node. So, we are going to see a little bit of engagement here. Looks like the War Boss is going to go in there. We do have the Apothecary coming out, supporting some attacks. He may be able to get in there, but to be honest, with that War Boss charging in there, they won't be able to do very much. They're going to get a little bit of damage before he gets in there, but now he's in melee range, and he has 2 shooter squads, another slugger squad coming in from the right, focusing down on the Apothecary, and he heals himself. It's a nice little retreat there, but can have to get out of there. And the special ability was called, but he's going to have to call a mass retreat. There's nothing that he can do about it. It looks like the Orcs prevail at this point. And now I'm going to start getting to the cast. We looked at that's the main engagement for the moment. It is still fairly early on the game, and this is to 1500 victory control points. And currently we do see that we see Wise Guy. No, we actually see Ultramarine in the early lead. Looks like we're going to see nothing else for the moment. It's actually a little bit of a quiet round at the moment. Just see these triple Guardians running around, but here looks like these Heretics may make him move. Oh, the Warlock does a nice little AoE attack on all those units. Gonna force them to get out of. Oh, he's gonna be forced to get out of there pretty soon. Guardians coming out, back him up. On the bottom here we have, it looks like ultimately moving out, see if he can capture that victory control point, setting up a heavy machine gun. And now the Orcs are moving up against the Space Marines again. And this is like a little control thing. The really interesting part about this kind of gameplay is that you can get doubled or tripled fairly easily. So you really have to know when you're overextending yourself, which is a great practice for single or for double player, knowing when and when not to overextend yourself. Although it can be extremely unfair, because you can find yourself in the middle of a huge battle that you had nothing to do with and you want nothing to do with. Looks like Sly Samurai was able to steal our top power node, which is just going to be reclaimed by Thunder right about now. We do see Lord General, a massive amount of suppression going to end up here, but remember the Hive Tower is immune to suppression, so he will be able to break through that line, but he's going to do a massive amount of firepower. We need to see that Sentinel move up here and do a stomp to that Hive Tower to slow him down. Will he do it? He does, slows him down. But no, the Heavy Weapon Squad is being suppressed by the Warrior Brood. And it does not look like they'll be able to do much. Yes, he's going to call the retreat. And to be honest, that Sentinel's in a lot of trouble. He has to get out of there pretty soon if he wants to survive. Lord General is being pushed back, and the Hive Torrent is just stomping all over them. It is only 1 squad of Termagants, but he will be able to do a good amount of damage. Going to force Ultramarine back. Up here we do see the Guardian squad just going to take the central control node, which will give Thunder 2 control points to Wise Guys 1 and Ultramarines 1. and we're giving him a nice little advantage at the moment. We do see a nice little engagement here. Oh, it looks like the war boss just went down to the apothecary, and the apothecary may go down himself. No, he will not. And we do see Storm Boys dropping in on these tactical winners because Viper's gone for double tax. Interesting tactic at the moment. No heavy weapons team at all. And we do see this weapon squad moving out against these heretics. Gonna just set up, take them out, or force them to move off that node at least pretty soon. As soon as they've taken it, I imagine the retreat will be called. Or he's just gonna stick around and lose some health. One of the two. Here we do see a massive orc movement. And at the moment, it's actually fairly calm. We see a nice little movement down here. A turret has been set up to defend this area, but one turret will not be able to hold off against all this. Really needs the Lord General with a bit of AoE down here. And that this Sentinel needs to run right in here, do a stomp. Looks like that's exactly what he's going to do. Nice. But he does nothing else backing him up. He does have a second Sentinel, another Guardian Squad coming down. He needs to get them there pretty quickly. And that second Sentinel needs to run down here and do his own stomp. No, he's staying at range. Why is he staying at range? He needs to move in there. And it looks like that turret will go down, and with that turret going down, he will not be able to move forward. But he did do a good amount of damage to Wise Guy. It looks like we have Guardian Squad going against these shooter boys, and it looks like grenades went off on top of the Guardian Squad. Maybe Thunder just misclicked by accident on that point. Over here, we do see these attacks going to be right in the retreat path, while it looks like Thunder is going to be forced away in his little corner. And the Orcs moving against these shooters now. It looks like they are focusing down on this victory power supply point. Will just give Viper his first couple of points in the very beginning, which is very difficult. But right now, the Orcs do look to be in a commanding presence on the field, at least, with 3 points to the nearest 2 by Sly Samurai. And right now, Ultimarie is really being pushed back. He only has 2 Sentinels, 1 Guardian Squad, and he's taken some heavy losses with Wise Guy in the background here. He's trying to take on the Orc War Boss, who's going to have to get out of there pretty soon. But there's nothing really he can do. He's trying to expand a little bit more. And now the Orcs are being pushed back by these tactical marine squads. And now Viper has 3 tactical marine squads. That's insane. That's probably considered spamming, actually. It can work. I'm not disagreeing that it can work. And these Guardians need to run up here, dude. No! I would say you need to use a grenade to get up there, but no, he just decides not to. The Warlock has not been upgraded. And he's starting to capture this victory control point again. And now we move back to this little engagement here. Look, this is the first place. You see the victory control point has been disabled because the power node has been destroyed. It looks like these tactical marines are just kind of trying to take all these resources back because Viper has been so far behind, being crushed by these Orcs continuously. And Wise Guy here being in the range of the firing squad of these 2 shooters and the war boss, although he has more than enough to take it on. I'm surprised he's retreating. He moves into the kill. Will he get these warrior brutes in there? Oh, the war boss does a nice little stomp, forcing some of the things back in the Termagant. Gonna do a stomp, forcing all these back. Nice little move there, and he's allowing a lot of damage on the Termagant brood and the Termagant brood. But now that these shooter boys are suppressed, he will have to get out of there. Recalls back his 2 damage units, and now is going to move in against the war boss, who's already used to stomp, so he will be able to do. Yet he's being forced to retreat, but he should take a good amount of damage on the retreat, and no Wise Guy backs off. On the top here, we do see some scouts going to move into this control point, which he has paid to repair, get back up going, and these scouts will take it. It looks like there's been a little bit of a battle over here, and Thunder is now moving back into the center, trying to the central control node, while we have these Sentinels moving against the Chaos Lord with the Lord General there. We do have a suppressor team for the Chaos Havocs, but where's that heavy weapons squad for Ultimarie? It's down the field, and I can't find it by clicking on it for some reason. That's extremely honest, but he does have a Manticore on the field. If he Manticores this right now, he'll do a good amount of damage. It's all stunned. He needs to do that right now, or actually Manticore this. He's going to lose that Sentinel from a flank attack. He does Manticore the center, and he's going to do a good amount of damage. The retreat has been called. Will he leave the Sentinel? Has to get out there just in the nick of time. With the Blood Crusher out now, it's going to be very difficult for Ultimarie to hold that off area. And Sly Samurai is moving back in with the Orcs moving up against these Space Marines yet again, forcing them back. And with 3 attack squads, looks like they're all at base, and 1 being upgraded with a Flamer, and that's just about it. And here we go. Hive Tyrant coming out, sorry, a Tyranid Guard coming out for Wise Guy. going to be able to capture that node from Sly Samurai, but with Thunder still a commanding lead of 427 points, and now we come back up here, the Guardians are going to take this top control point, and Thunder actually losing his Lord General with the suppression team, and this Blood Crusher just kind of chilling out here. I'm surprised Sly Samurai has so many points saved up. What could be saving for? Is he trying to get more power, or is it just saving some requisition? I would be surprised he hasn't tried to move up at this point, or at least try and destroy the victory control point, knowing that Thunder is so far ahead of everyone at the moment. And now we have a massive engagement with the tactical marine squads against the Guardians, and then the Guardians are going to be forced to pull back while the Orcs move on thing. We do have a walking cannon on the field, going to be able to push back those Marines. We don't see a missile launcher on the field, and he can't hot swap out the weapons, but it's extremely expensive. He is not in tech level 2. In fact, he's the only player not in tech level 2, while Thunder has moved on tech level 3. And oh my goodness me, that's a lot of talking. Very quickly, we have Wise Guy here moving against it. A buried, a Manticore Strike on all units while they're suppressed. It's going to do good, no damage whatsoever. The Hive Tyrant. Oh wow, and that fact that the Hive Tyrant is incredibly effective against units that are in buildings. I did not know that. We're moving back again. It looks like we do have the Blood Crusher here. Gonna do some early power harass or mid power harass. We really don't see anything that Ultramarine can do anything about it right now. It looks like Ultramarine is actually just going straight to tech level 3. Gonna try and do some maybe Baneblade action later on, but to be honest, it's gonna be difficult for this later in the game. And we do see a massive move out with all of Viper's tactical Marines moving against these Guardian squads. Gonna force a retreat. He doesn't really have anything to go against him with the Apothecary down already. He's not gonna be able to move in. If Thunder's gonna move in here, throw a couple of grenades to dislodge these guys from the field. Doesn't look like he's actually going to call the retreat. Therefore, he's going to give control to these tactical marines, but they are fairly heavily damaged. And Thunder really needs his Viper really needs his Apothecary up right now to really help his troops. We have a massive engagement here between the Orcs and the Tyranids, and that walking cannon is going to make the difference with the Orc Warboss charging in there. Going to do a stomp now, I'd imagine, forcing all back double shooters and the flamers in the back. That Tyranid guard may give a good amount of problems to the Wise Guy, but right now we have a stomp coming in from the Warboss, and the Walking Tin Can is going to be very, very effective against all these lighter units. The only thing he has to watch out for is that Hive Tyranid Guard, and these Warrior Broods that have been upgraded with the Adrenal Glands. He may actually lose his Walking Can if he's not careful. Oh, if he gets out of there right now, he's going to be extraordinarily lucky, and one more hit should do it. He's definitely going to lose it. Yes, the Walking Can does go down. That's a major, major blow for Tyranid Trees, who's now moving up to tech level 3. We do see another squad of tactical marines coming up for Viper. I think Viper is just going mass tactical marines. I don't think that will work for him, but we shall see. On the right hand side, we do see Ultramarine trying to move out, but he just can't do anything. He's cornered up in his base and not able to move out. So last time we're taking a good amount of space on the field with 3 control points over 0. Thunder is now falling up behind. He's in only lead by about 120 points, and now we have mass tactical marine move out. Wow, that is a lot of tactical marines. With all those tactical marines, if he upgrades them to all rocket launcher or all plasma weapons, he'll be effective against virtually anything. Although they are fairly weak against mass AoE. Here we go, we have an engagement with the Orcs. Gonna do some gen bashing. Nothing that Tyranid Trees can really do. He's down to 2 shooters and 1 slugger and his Warboss. Up here we do see oh wow, Thunder's actually gone for an early Avatar. So going for the Avatars straight after getting 3 Guardian squads. Definitely interesting path choice. Sorry, my English decided to go astray there. So he will be able to push it back. Definitely needs to support this Avatar up. By himself, super units are fairly weak. Remember that they can be surrounded. Avatar, it does have the ability to deal with being surrounded fairly easy compared to some other of the super units, but it's still very vulnerable to it. We do see double Guardian squads facing down this, but now we have a 3-way army fight with the Lord General in the center. Oh no, Wise Guy coming in here against all these Guardians, Guardsman squads. He's going to be able to run, suppress it, and just run all of them. He needs to pull out right now, and he knows it. He's pulling back. The only thing he has is his Manticore. If he pulls a Manticore Strike right on top of everything right in the field, he may be able to push it back. It looks like Wise Guy does not want to engage Thunder right about now, knowing what that Avatar can do to his army, but we do need to see another Manticore Strike on top of these Guardians if he would have any chance of survival. In the bottom field here, we see the Orc player. Oh, sorry, my screen has gone the wrong place. We do see a Wise Guy moving against Thunder. Thunder pushing him back. Thunder's very moving out of position, allowing himself to just kind of rampantly capture all the control victory points that are on the field right about now. And I'm surprised Sly Samurai is not moving out against him. And now we see the Orc player moving on to tech level 3, but he has not done anything yet. And at this point, Thunder is just taking out every single victory control point. If he can hold it, it will be amazing. He is getting finally backed up by that Blood Crusher. And remember, that Avatar of God of War is extremely slow, so getting him to the right location is very difficult. He did just capture it, so he has full control points to the nearest one, which is going to be greatly in his favor, but he's also going to be the mass target, and it looks like these Guardians are here, but we have one Fire Prism tank versus all these Tactical Marines with no rocket launcher upgrades in the moment, by the looks of it. He may be upgrading one of the squads. No, he is not. I'm sure he will try and do that as soon as he possibly can right about now, as that one Fire Prism will easily be able to hold him out if he's not careful. He will need to micro around a little bit. And now my camera, my camera movement's a little bit off, but I have coffee to save the day. So there you go. Looks like he's moving his Avatar. I imagine his Guardians are going to hit to the left-hand side while his Avatar goes straight down the center. If he gets that AoE ability off, oh no, that's going to be absolutely devastating. How many... Oh, and it looks like he got 3 or 4 unit kills, and that's very, very expensive, and 1 squad wipe. Oh wow, those massive AoEs are extraordinarily powerful. Ah, coffee. And now we do have a nice little thing between Wise Guy and Ultra Army, and it looks like Ultra Army is just being very irritating, and that bunker looks like it will go down by the upgraded Crushing Claws and bonded Exoskeleton of the Hive Tide. The General has just been upgraded with Melta Guns. He looks like Ultra Army will be losing this position, which has really been keeping him alive just through what sheer wreck and power, which he desperately, desperately needs. It looks like Ultra Army is saving up for a Baneblade. Yes, there we go. It has just been called in. And now we see the Orcs player going against all these Tactical Marines, which he's not perfectly prepared for against, as he is fairly weak. Oh, he does have a Nob squad on the way. Those elite heavy melee squads are going to be very difficult to deal with, and that Orc War Boss only being level 2, but he's going to take a good amount of damage. I need to see that Apothecary being upgraded with the Armor of the Apothecarian, and some ASMs coming in, really, to be honest, just to make the full effect of him, and it looks like he's just going to call a Master Tree. There's nothing he can really do, and with these Knobs being upgraded, a Master Tree has been called now War Boss. It's just too powerful to deal with right now. He really needs some kind of Dreadnought or something on the field just to give him that frontline punch, but with the War Boss and those Knobs, there may not be a good idea at the moment. And it looks like we actually have a small climb in the center, and it looks like a lot of action going on here. And now Thunder's just kind of parking his little units here in the center, not moving out, knowing he has the control and the lead right now. He doesn't want to get out of position. He controls one node, 2. He knows it. Moving his Fire Prisms against a massive blob of Orcs. Oh, wow. And those Knobs will have to get out of there. There's nothing they can do. And now we have Tactical Marines coming up from the top left. And if they engage, they will be very, very outnumbered. Although we do see one Rocket Launcher coming in there. But with 2 Fire Prisms backing up, it's just going to be a pure massacre. Now we got the Avatar of War. Looks like he's just going to back off, knowing those Tactical Marines can't do too much. In the bottom here, we do see Sly Samurai moving against this control point, against Wise Guy, and no, he will have to get out of there extremely quickly. I would love to have seen a Manticore strike on all this, just because it would have caused so much havoc. Well, we do see a Swarm Lord coming out for Wise Guy now, and the Baneblade is just kind of parked back in the center of the base, not really doing anything, which is well understandable, seeing that's the only thing really keeping Ultramarine in the game right now, but he has so little victory points, there's nothing he can really do. And Viper, I think Viper has just gone to the point where he's too far behind to catch up at this point, unless a miracle comes out. The main cannon should take out this Predator fairly quickly, but we do see Thunder coming in from the top as well with his mighty, mighty God of War. Oh no. And now with a massive amount of firepower from that Baneblade, they may be able to hold on, but it's still going to be very difficult. Oh, he will have to use the main cannon, the Baneblade, and the Demolisher cannon if he has any chance of survival. But his Lord General will have to pull back, pull him back, pull him back. No! Oh, that's just a shame. I think a Manticore Strike on this will be very effective. Yes, all 3 Guardian Squads have been called back, getting a little bit of hit on this back Fire Prism tank, but it's not enough to do anything. He just needs to get rid of that Avatar, needs to get in range of his base guns and his double Guardsman squads. He needs to start shooting. He needs them to get, remember, oh no, he's gonna, Fire Prisms are gonna tear those Guardsmen apart. There's nothing he can do about that. Oh, Demolish Cannon being used on it, but it's the model, obviously, of the The unit, the Avatar unit obviously took that hit, but now we do see on the left-hand, very far left-hand map side with the Orcs moving against the Tactical Marine squads, but now Thunder is being forced to pull back with his Avatar getting very low on health, and Slide Samurai could actually do a good amount of damage. He's upgrading it to the Mark of Tiz, which is a giant anti-vehicle weapon, essentially. But then now the Bandblade is just about under half health, probably going to start being repaired by the Guardsman squad, and we have a massive Tyrannid move out here by a Wise Guy who's going to go against the Orc player, do some basic gen harass. And coffee. That's my excuse. That's all I'm going to say. And now the Tactical Marines are fighting the Noms, but once those Noms get in the front line, there's nothing they can really do. Oh no. And I think Viper is just messing right now, because he can't really do anything, and he actually has a boatload of money, he just doesn't have enough power. He's not had any power throughout the entire game. And now, I would really like to see something interesting happen, because right now Thunder is kind of dominating. I would not be surprised. No, Slice Samurai is moving out with all his forces, but with the double Fire Prism on here, it's going to be pushed back fairly instantly. And look at the mass AoE damage that just caused. And let's see the second volley coming in momentarily. And he's going to start losing units very quickly. And he may even get a full squad wipe if he doesn't get out of there right now. Yeah. That's just the power of the Fire Prism right there. And one last hit will finish off 2 squads. The only thing surviving with the Chaos Lord, which now just conveniently turns on its Iron Halo, which he probably should have done earlier. And now we do see a massive Orc attack against this swarm. I don't think the Orc War Boss will be able to survive this. He's in the middle of so much melee infantry, they should be able to cut him down. Will he go down or will he disguise? He looks like he's going to get away with 76 HP. Not much at all. With Tyrannid treats forces also back in base, he will be able to move in. With Slice Samurai calling a pew on the Fire Prism tank. Oh no. We still see the Baneblade moving in here, but to be honest, it's really trapped between Rock and a hard place. The Rock being Thunder and a hard place being Slice Samurai with that nice little AV squad right here. And now, an Elder Storm being called up on all these Tyrannid units, going to do a good amount of damage. Will he be able to pull in? Yes, he doesn't take that much damage, but he will be able to get in there and have to get out of there pretty soon. We do see commanding lead from Thunder coming in now, but we really want to see some cooperation. Maybe some of the smaller players should band together. If they do or not, that should be interesting. It is a free-for-all. But at this point, the only real player that has a chance to catch up is Wise Guy. If Wise Guy attacks Thunder right now, and they are completely opposite sides of the maps, as you can see here, those two may be the only real superpowers on the map. And now we have a mighty Baneblade. Gonna try against all those Elder units. If he gets one Demolisher Cannon in all those Guardian squads, it'll be a great use to him. But at the moment, I think he's too focused in on the Chaos, and here come the Fire Prisms. This is just not going to be very useful. The main cannon should be used here. Oh, that massive fire volley actually misses most of the units very conveniently, but it looks like that Baneblade will go down. Those dual Fire Prisms were just too powerful. Oh no. And looks like we have a nice little Tactical Marine squad moving up against the Orcs, making some headway, but there's not much they can do. They will be able to maybe... Oh no! It looks like Tyrannid Treats did get out of Battle Wagon and is now going to just steamroll all these Tactical Marines, quite literally. Noms moving up in the front, and we do need to see a massive amount of fire. These Noms really need to be suppressed before they get in too close. And no, the charge. They use the raw ability. Is that a call down? Oh, the mass cannon ability from the War Orc Battle Wagon moving in, making a call. Mastery has been called. My words are leaving me. And the mighty Baneblade did go down, but there's not much they can do now. And Slice Samurai is just left with one singular unit of Chaos Space Marines and a Chaos Predator. Looks like we're really trying to get rid of that Avatar, who's just been causing so much trouble for everyone, and now Magical Strike on top of him as well after that massive call. Oh no. And these Guardsman squads are just not going to stand a chance against these Fire Prisms. It's just going to be a slaughter, I'd say. Oh, and the Sentinel actually is surviving longer than I would have thought, Now he's going to be chased down. And 3, 2, 1. Pew. There you go. Pew, pew. And Wise Guy now moving against the Orcs. So they're going to be a massive battle. That battle wagon really paying for itself with the amount of guns in it and being loaded up. The Orcs pulling back with only one unit left on that mighty Nob squad, and now they may be able to do a good amount of damage to that Nobs to the Orc player. But to be honest, is it the right move? Because at the moment we still have the commanding lead from Thunder at 1337 compared to the nearest one of Wise Guy at 964. On the right hand side, we do see the engagement of a Manticore and a Stormtrooper squad moving out against Fire Prism Tank, which is just going to mow them down again. They do the anti-armor kit, but I don't think they'll be able to get anywhere near it. And now on the left-hand side, we do see these tactical marines finally moving out, but I think Viper is just going to be pulled away. He does have a Terminator squad with the assault cannon, but at the moment, I just don't think he can do enough to really do much. And it looks like that Tyrant Guard is going to go down. And it looks like the Imperial Guard is making a mass move out, but there's just not much they can do right here. Gonna try and decapture this, moving around the field a little bit. Gonna try and capture some random nodes here and there, but I don't think he really has an army that can stand up to very much at the moment. And it looks like the Orcs are moving down the center, gonna definitely drive away these anti-armor storm troops. Oh no, they're trapped between the Fire Prisms and Orc Battle Wagon. This does not bode well for them. They are going to retrieve less fire from range damage as they retreat, but to be honest, right now we need to see a massive AoE going down all this area. Manticore Strike would be perfect, but I don't think he has vision of it. Chaos uses a special ability, going at least get one Guardian Squad, and it looks like the one Fire Prism tank will go down from the AoE effect. Yes, we may get the second one. He is being attacked. It looks like both Fire Prism tanks will go down. Yes, they do, and that's a massive blow to Thunder, who is actually just going to make another one. He does have a D-weapon team can set up as the artillery pass in the background, and he does only need 40 more points. So even though he's lost a lot of items, he only needs to really control his one central node, and unless someone destroys this node right now, he will win the game. It looks like that's what the Chaos Predator is moving out to do. And he's going to capture this bottom one here as well. No, the Orcs have just grabbed it. Sorry, Tyranid Street has just grabbed it. And when you move to the Wise Guy moving out against this Orc Battle Wagon, we need to see a massive, and the Elder Restored has him calling down in the center, I would imagine. Yes, it's going to do a massive amount of damage, but it probably will not be enough. And it looks like the Orcs are going to also use a massive cannon ability in the center, but to be honest, it's just not good enough against that all-frontal melee attack. He can usually use the rolling pin ability and roll over them. And it looks like Double Predator going to decap the central point. So now Thunder, only being 15 points off from the victory, is being crushed on all sides. He is going to move back again. He still has all his major units. They're just retreating back to his base. He's biding his time for a massive counterattack, waiting for everyone to pick each other off. But at the moment, Sly Samurai is coming back in the game as well as Tyranid Treats. And this don't see what they can do. They really do need to repair both of these units. I really need to see some heretics out here, and we do see an Elder Store being called down on that area. Oh my goodness me! Oh no, maybe that was a war pole ability from the decam team, knocking out the victory control point. So at the moment we have to move in. We do see Ultra Army only with one Guardsman squad, one Heavy Weapons team, and the Lord General being in action. I don't think he's going to stand much of a chance against anything for the moment. And Wise Guy moving in here against the center again, try and capture the point. He is very close up behind, but right now it looks like Thunder will take this side control node and remember, he only needs 15 more points. I don't think anyone will be able to stop him at this point. He's all repaired this area, so he was in a very good location. The only thing way to stop him would be for everyone to attack him, which I doubt will happen. Oh, and now the Orc Battle Wagons use his ability against all those tactical marines. There's nothing they can really do. You're going to be pulled back, and the Slugger Boys are repairing it. And there we go, the Orc Boss is coming out against the Terminators. The Apothecary really needs to heal these Terminators fairly quickly against the medical equipment. And we see Wise Guy moving in here against the center. And with Thunder only needing 6 more points, it may be impossible to stop him right now. And yes, I think GG. And Sangui does call, the other observer does call Thunder a noob. Well, he isn't a noob. He did win the game. Alright, thank you so much for watching on. Hope you've enjoyed the cast, and I hope to see you next time. Bye everyone.